Hey, all right, let's talk about your highest timeline. I had some great questions in regards to what does that mean and how the fuck do I get there? So let's talk about it. Um, your highest timeline is, how do I word this? You have free will, okay, to evolve or awaken, ascend as quickly as you desire, and you have free will to get captivated by survival mode. We are creatures of survival. That's what we're here for. The whole process of being human, or the whole purpose of being human as a collective, is a species that's evolving, awakening, ascending from survival mode into thriving mode. So when we look at those being two buckets, survival being fear, lack mentality, um, any fear-based thought or low vibration thoughts such as like jealousy or I'm not enough or lack of self-worth or all of those things. Thriving, that bucket being filled with love, prosperity, vitality, connection, soul family, all of the beautiful, joyous things. We are here for that evolutionary process. It doesn't happen in a lifetime, obviously, and we are nowhere near that yet, but we're on our way. We're kind of at that middle point with all of it. So, and that's where you see like 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. 3D is very fear-based. 4D is a mixture of both, where you think you're spiritual and you're awakening and you start projecting it and it's exciting and it's the most exciting phase, but you still have fear-based thought. And you may ignore it and act like you don't, but it's in your subconscious still. You haven't healed those limiting belief structures of that subconscious space. And then 5D is like fearless. You're like, hold my bear watch. I got this. So we're here for that evolutionary process. However many lifetimes that takes, you have free will to do the work or not do the work. You have free will to take the imprint conditioning that's been put upon you from your childhood and continue to navigate that way, or to stop the train and go, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to heal my limiting belief structure and evolve into alignment with my highest possible path. Your highest possible path is everything that you can conceive for yourself right here, right now. And as you heal more and you heal those limits, that vision gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. By no means did I have any awareness that my life could be what it is right now when I was in my 30s, even. I'm 44, turning 45. Even in my 30s, I couldn't visualize where I am right now. So I want you to think about that vision of what you desire to experience. Your mind cannot conceive the impossible. So if you can conceive it, you can receive it. You just have to learn how to heal whatever's holding you back from aligning with that. There is no power outside of yourself. And I see this all the time in fourth dimensional consciousness, where it's like, the universe will provide, and if it's meant to be, it'll be, and my angels are guiding me, or my spirit guides are activating me, or it's all on you. Nothing outside of you is going to be like, here you go, on your way now, everything is well. It doesn't work like that. It is on you. You have free will, but you have to do the work. Yes, we have all of those available family connections for support, for guidance, for wisdom, the same way we can go to like a great grandparent or a grandparent and ask for their guidance. Like, how did you navigate this? But they're not going to do the work for you. You have to do it. So whatever you can conceive in your mind about what you desire to experience, you can receive it. Your mind cannot conceive the impossible. The difference between actually aligning with it is whether you believe it. There's 5 steps to creation. Your belief creates an emotion in the body. That emotion is your frequency. That frequency becomes your perception, the lens you're looking through, the expectation you have, the prediction you're telling yourself, the story. I'll talk about that more in a minute. That becomes your outcome. So if you don't believe that you are worthy of that, or that you are capable of that, or if that's easy for you, then you're never going to align with it. You'll get little glimpses and pieces of it, but you won't actually get that full vision. So you've got to do the inner work. There's lots of ways to do that. That's what we do at Domino Mentoring. My top mentors have taken over for me doing the program Divine Alignment. That's healing your limiting beliefs. It's an incredible program. It's like a treasure hunt of like, did you know? I love it so much. Then the other pieces would be your inner child work is a key component of that. And we do have a program that's available. It's only $27. So you can hit that up and start the journey towards alignment. So come up with that vision. I want you to spend some time this week and I want you to write down what are your desires. And I want you to then look at where is there lack in my life. So I want you to write a list of lack. Is there lack of finances? Is there a lack of time? Is there a lack of affection, of love, of nurturing? Those are going to be attached to the subconscious beliefs that are blocking you. If there's lack in your life, you've got something that's blocking it. So that'll give you kind of a starting point to be like, okay, here's what I really desire. Here's where there's lack in my life. What's the belief that's holding me back? Like what's connected there? So I want you to start to dive into your journal with that. Then I want you to think about understanding that universal flow, because I don't believe the universe is exterior of us. You are universal flow. Universal flow that is summoning through you, with you, for you, does not understand the difference between choice and focus. So you could be having a conversation of, I'm a millionaire, I own a yacht, my house is huge, this is the car I have my twin flame, I'm in soul purpose. You could be telling this glamorous story and be like, this is what I choose and this is what I want. But then if you are like, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills, blah, 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 the focus piece is what you're going to get the outcome. Okay. So you can tell the story and you can pretend all you want, but if there's any energy focus that's creating an emotion, that's going to become the frequency, the perception, the outcome. So we want to heal that lack piece. We want to make sure that our focus is in the right place. Don't use mantras that say, I refuse to tolerate abuse in my life. I refuse to have any low vibe people in my life. I refuse to allow drama in my life. That's focus. You are focusing on what you don't want. Remember, like it's the choice piece. You're like, I'm choosing to not have these things, but your focus is still on the things that you don't want. So you're going to pull that in. Side note, for those of you on dating apps, because I read people for a living, if someone has in their profile, no drama, they are drama. 100%. So move on, swipe left. Just a total side note, because there's still a focus there. So hopefully that is making some sense on where to put your focus. It's not choice through words. It's not choice of daydreaming, pretending that everything's fine. It is where your actual energetic focus is, or what you're putting your predominant focus on by using low vibration statements like that. So instead, you'd want to make them positive and present of like, my life is full of loving, caring, nurturing relationships. That is a far better focus than I refuse to have drama in my life. Okay. All right. So next we want to go into your self-prediction with focus and choice. We spend a tremendous amount of time predicting what's coming down the pipeline. So a small example, I've put it out into universal flow that I would like an SUV and I want it tinted, fully loaded. I need heated seats because my body enjoys that. I live in Canada, and heated steering wheel and auto start and good sound system and lots of space for the things that I want to do. I love doing home renos, right? I'm a do-it-yourself kind of girl all the way. So I put it out into universal flow. Previous, I would spend a lot of time thinking about what does the financing look like? What is the down payment going to be? What if I can't find it? What if I have to settle and not get this piece of it? What color is it going to be? Am I going to get approved for financing? Blah. And I would be like, when's it happening? How long is it going to take? That's my focus. My focus is on pushing it away from me and not fully receiving the full expectation. I know better now. So now my whole focus and my prediction, my thought is, if I can conceive it, it's there. So it'll find me. And that's it. And it's going to be so easy. And I'll have it within like 24, 48 hours. Ta-da! Maybe not driving it, but I'll own it within that timeline. So I've just put it out there. That's exactly what I want to experience. I haven't limited to color nor like brand vehicle, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be a Ford or whatever. It's just, I know what I want to experience. I know what my requirements are. It's in universal flow now. It will move through me with ease. So now my focus, I'm not predicting worst case scenario. I'm predicting easy possible, like easy outcome, exactly all my requirements. So I really want you to figure out Where is your mind going? What stories are you telling yourself? Put an alarm on your phone every couple of hours that goes off and be like, what am I thinking about? You will be shocked where your ego loves to go and play. So there's a big thing. When we become aware, so if you're doing that alarm and you're like, holy shit, like I'm really like predicting the wrong shit here, just the awareness will create change for you. So the moment you become aware of, oh, this is like a lack or a fear or whatever, you naturally begin to navigate into something that's more serving to you regardless. So as soon as you have the awareness, awareness brings change. So that's your first stepping point is bringing awareness to that prediction piece, bringing awareness to where you're putting your focus. And am I in survival mode or am I willing to move into thriving mode? From there, the next step is going to be creating your feeling. Okay. So I want you have to invoke feeling. That's why vision boards fuck people over all the time. They're like, I have a vision board. It's been there for 3 years. I'm like, well, what's on it? They're like, well, a yacht and a mansion and millions of dollars. And I'm like, that's not coming at all because you don't believe it. And the truth, if you create a vision board, you're not in alignment with it or you've already would have had it. So there's something blocking you. And if you're going to go all the way into millions of dollars in the house and all the things and a jet and all those things and being on stage and signing autographs, like right off the hop when you're nowhere near that, your ego won't believe it. So it won't participate in the proper focus. Therefore, you won't align with it. You actually have to believe that you can receive it. If you can conceive it, you absolutely can achieve it. But if you believe it, is when you receive it. So you have to believe that you can have the thing. So if you want all of that fancy dancy, then you're going to start with something small and you're going to look for evidence of bougie and fancy dancy. And then once your ego starts to go, oh, yeah, no, we've got that. Okay. Then you level it up, level it up, level it up, level it up. If you create a vision board and it's on the wall, you just wasted an hour of your life and some paper. Like, I don't know what to tell you. They don't work. It's not about that. It only works when you feel it. So instead of creating a vision board, which you absolutely still can do, it's a good trigger reminder about where your focus is. But I much prefer to teach and go into daydreaming, create the vision. And it's not like, so with my SUV, for example, okay, this SUV that I desire, I'm not going to be like, okay, it's going to have, so here's the difference between feeling. It's going to have auto start. It's going to have a heated steering wheel. It's going to have heated seats. It's going to have tinted windows. It's going to have a great sound system and AC for the summer in Canada because Ontario is ridiculous. So there's my list. Okay, cool. In motion. Not going to work. Instead, I want to, while I'm sipping my coffee in the morning, like peek out and be like, oh yeah, it's such a cute SUV. Like, look at that. That's so cute. I like driving that. It's fun. And then think about the fact that oh, and like in the fall, in the winter here, I can just go to my window and so let's say I'm going to go shopping for a day. I'm going to set myself up for my vision. So I'm going to go out and run some errands on a Wednesday. And I finish up my client calls and it's a bit blustery outside or super hot. Who knows? Let's go with fall. So it's a little bit blustery out and I'm nice and cozy in my house and I've got my scarf and my boots because I love fall for scarves and boots. That's a Canadian thing, I think. And I'm just going to like grab my keys and lean out the window, beep, beep, and auto start it, knowing that my heated seats are turned on. And then I can gather my things. I can gather my keys. I get to walk out the door with a cute little key fob because it's going to have the cutest little key fob. And I'm going to lock my door and flip my keys, unlock, beep, get in my car and be like, oh, so nice. And maybe leather interior. And I'm going to be able to smell the leather and immediately slip into a heated seat and click on the heated steering wheel, set it up, and then probably put on Taylor Swift. So sorry, but kind of a fan. So I'm going to put on Taylor Swift and it's going to be a nice surround sound. I'm going to be like all set. It's going to have an air freshener in it that smells like peppermint or lavender. One of the two. I love both of those smells. So I'm just going to be like wafting in this smell and be like with my boots and my scarf and my jeans and my car and be like, oh, it's so nice. And then boop, put it into drive and just peel it. Can you see the difference between feeling that and listing it? I felt it. So I know I just put it into motion because I just felt what it's going to feel like getting into that and sliding into my leather seats. So now I know it's going to have leather seats. When you feel it, That becomes your vibration and you align with it. I truly believe that that's what's coming to me. I've healed enough to know, yeah, an SUV is not a big thing to manifest. No problem. I can have that. So the two pieces being, how do you create that feeling with your visualization? You only have to do it once, by the way. You just have to do it once and then kind of live as though it is. In the program that we have, Fully Awaken and Ascend, I go through the stepping stones of actually aligning with that 5 steps that I just talked about. So your belief, creating an emotion, creating a frequency, creating the perception, creating the outcome. And then there's little action items in between that. One of those action items is just to continue to live as though it is. So now that I put that into motion, it's already in my driveway. I'm just going to live as though it's already in my driveway. Like in my mind, I'll be like, do I want to go peek at it because it's so cute? Or no, okay, I'll finish my coffee. It's in my driveway. I'm going to live as though I have it already. Probably plan a road trip over the next couple of weeks. That way I have a reason to drive it. So that's going to be living as though I have it. With that, all of that, you then want to dive into where was there discomfort with that vision? Because if you don't heal the limiting beliefs that are attached to why you have not already aligned with it, then it's not going to come. And that's the tricky part, is we love to put our power outside of ourselves and say, well, it's just not the right divine timing. Don't do that. What's going on? What are you blocking it with? So if you can feel all of that, if you can really truly feel it, you then want to just spend a little bit of time going, is there anything that says it's going to be hard? Or that something exterior has to happen for me to receive that? So you got to work on what are the beliefs that need to be healed that are limiting me from truly experiencing the highest timeline. Right now, my highest timeline is getting an SUV. Like my problems are not real problems. But I know like 10 years ago, my highest timeline was like my desire was to be sitting where I'm sitting right now. And I did it the hard way. So you don't have to. So I know how to shorten that curve. But you got to figure out what beliefs are holding you back. So that's the biggest piece of it. That's going to be a lot of inner child work. That's also our program, Divine Alignment, which my top mentors, I have 2 top mentors right now that have openings for that, where we dive into what were you witness to? What did you experience? What were you told? What did you receive that created your foundation of beliefs on you receiving material possession, receiving love, receiving nurturing, receiving value, receive being seen, like what's going on there that's blocking you from receiving that desired item. So there's that. Hopefully that helps. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And are you currently trying to, or desiring, I'm not trying, we don't want to do that. Are you desiring to align with anything in particular? I'd love to hear what you're desiring to align with. I just shared mine. So now you can share yours. And yeah, any other further questions, just shoot them in the comments. I love the questions. It's very helpful for me to be able to make content. I am crazy overwhelmed with clients right now, not in a bad way. Like I'm very, very cautious and aware of setting aside my nurturing time and filling my bucket so that I can continue to fill buckets for other people. But I do have a tremendous amount on the go. So sometimes coming up with something to talk about isn't easy for me. So it's super helpful when you ask questions or if there's a topic that you would love for me to cover, I would love to jump in. And if I don't know the answer, because I don't know everything, I will let you know. All right. I love you guys. Until we talk again, be brave, be bold, be raw. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.